The Florida Attorney General's latest hate crime report found an alarming rise in crimes targeting Jewish Floridians.
Nationwide, a new survey found 90% of American Jews say anti-Semitism has gotten worse since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. West 2 investigative reporter Justin Shecker sat down with a Central Florida woman who survived the darkest chapter of Jewish history.
I remember clearly saying to her, "Don't cry, Mommy, I want to live." Can you imagine a child that age being aware of what was going on?
Born in 1937, Suzanne Schneider was a little girl living under Nazi Germany's occupation of Poland.
To this day, I still have fear of motorcycles with sidecars, because that's all you heard.
She remembers never hearing from older cousins again after they were called to the town square.
They thought they were going to a labor camp, but they were probably annihilated in the woods.
Schneider's father was a doctor. After he treated a Polish baby who was born blind, she says the girl's family agreed to conceal her and her mother in a chicken coop inside this cottage. Her father later joined them as they hid for nearly a year until the Russian army liberated Poland in January 1945.
We were directly across the streets from the Gestapo. How about that? How about that?
80 years after 6 million European Jews perished in the Holocaust, a new survey is shining a light on the rise of anti-Semitism in America in the first full year since the October 7th Hamas terror attacks in Israel.
We've unfortunately seen an influx in the United States in the last year when it comes to much of the anti-Israel anti-Semitism, where Jews were being attacked for what was happening in the Middle East.
The American Jewish Committee's survey conducted in the fall of 2024 found 77% of American Jews say they feel less safe in the U.S., and 56% say they had changed their behavior, such as publicly wearing symbols of Judaism out of fear of anti-Semitism. Holly Huffnagel is the AJC's U.S. Director for Combating Anti-Semitism.
But I really do believe that the onus of solving the problem is going to be on the non-Jewish community and sharing that this is an American problem. And thankfully, we did find that 9 in 10 Americans agree with that statement.
According to data from the Florida Attorney General's office, hate crimes against Jewish Floridians increased 94% in 2023. 70 of 98 reported religious hate crimes that year were anti-Jewish. Nearly 40 of those were cases of property destruction or vandalism.
You see that the religious bias-motivated hate crimes significantly target Jews way more than the percentage that they are in the population. And that's what we saw in Florida.
As for Schneider, she shared her story of surviving the Holocaust with thousands of Florida students across the state.
It's most important for them to realize that it really happened, because there were many who didn't believe that it happened, and it happened. It's the truth.
Justin Shecker, West 2 Investigates.
The national survey found younger American Jews between 18 and 29 years old reported facing more anti-Semitism than their elders because of their interactions on social media.